Bobtial searching for SA's next top dog. Get the unique code on pack and send in a picture of your best friend.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Morning Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. And we have Dr. Roy in the house this morning talking pet health and how to care for your pet properly. And this morning, a very interesting topic, Dr. Roy, vomiting in dogs, because there's so many reasons why dogs vomit.
Yes, Ewan, and as I said a little earlier, two big categories. One, your dog has eaten something that's a bit smelly, and it's infected his bowel, and he's vomiting. And just a few pointers. What you need to do if your dog is vomiting is stop feeding him. Withhold food for 12 hours. And when I say limit the water, that limit doesn't mean less water. It means the same volume, but given in small incremental amounts. That's really important. So if your dog is vomiting at night, do you rush to the vet? Well, you can if you've got a vet close by and you can afford it. But
One
if
that's
you,
open as
yes,
well.
but if you want to wait till the next morning, personally, I don't think it's a major problem. But what you want to do is stop feeding the dog and limit the water, because they get very thirsty. They drink a whole pile of water, and out it comes. So that's the one category.
Yes.
The other category is your dog has eaten something that is stuck. It's a stone. Millicobs. Boy, do we take out millicobs. Peach
Really?
pips, yeah.
But I mean, how would you know if a dog is vomiting that something like that is wrong?
Well, first of all, if you as the owner, there is the history. You know that your dog scavenges. You know that you've eaten millies last night. You know that the dog eats stones. So there is a history that you need to tell the vet. Then the vet will actually examine and palpate. Sometimes we're lucky enough to be able to feel that foreign body. But very often you need to do x-rays, and we need to do what's called a contrast x-ray, where you give the dog some barium, and it goes through the bowel, and then you're able to see the obstruction.
All right.
And unfortunately, that's a surgical procedure. You need to take the foreign body out, and the consequences of not, unfortunately, your pet will die.
Excellent.
That's stuck, nothing you can do.
Sure, that is tough. Well, I was actually telling Dr. Roy earlier on, we had a little puppy that we had, and he actually swallowed a piece of material, and he died because of that, the infection. Now, in terms of infection, how do you treat a dog that has internal infection like that?
Well, you know, the first thing is there's once again the history. And
Yes.
if the dog is vomiting as a result of having eaten something that's off, then in general, anti-inflammatory, antibiotic therapy, appropriate antibiotics, appropriate anti-inflammatories, withholding food for 12 hours, limiting the water, and followed by a bland diet. And that really solves a multitude of sins. I mean, that solves most of the problems.
Right, and just a note for the people at home, you know, if it's not a serious vomiting problem that they need to look at quickly, I mean, what would it look like? I mean,
Okay.
what would you see?
Once again, I'm going to say, if your dog is vomiting, withhold food and limit the water for 12 hours. And at the end of that time, feed a bland diet, like something like plain boiled chicken and rice. If you have a vet shop or a vet nearby and you want to go and buy something that is appropriate for an intestinal infection, that's fine. If after that particular thing, withholding food, limited water, followed by a bland diet, if the next day your dog is still vomiting, you need to see a vet.
All right.
I'm afraid. You just get thee to a vet, I say.
Get thee to a vet, I say, because it can be as simple as a dog maybe eating too much grass out on the lawn.
Yes, well, they eat grass and it scratches their stomach and then they vomit that out.
out.
Yeah, they use that to try and treat themselves.
Awesome. Dr. Roy, thank you so much. Always nice to chat to you on the show.
A quick happy birthday to my wife.
Yes, of course.
Who turns 21 today.
I love it, Dr. Roy. Thank you. And happy birthday to you as well, out there.
Kathy.
Awesome, Kathy. Yes, there we go. So, of course, you can follow Dr. Roy and also ask him questions on Twitter at The African Vet, and also find him on Facebook, Roy Aronson. Now, of course, your dog still has a chance to become SA's next top dog. Don't forget to enter, and here's how.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.